These are the features added and the improvements made to MoversSuite at 2018 R19. A few changes have been made in anticipation of a customer portal. The customer portal will provide your national accounts with the ability to view their orders along with a few other features. Look for the completion of the customer portal in an upcoming release of MoversSuite. In taking steps toward the portal, shipment details have been updated. There is now a Product Details tab and a From Van Line tab within this screen. Use Product Details to manage the products handled through the order. These records are what are included in Van Line sends, such as the Unigroup Special Services upload. The From Van Line tab lists the records that have been downloaded. This is read-only data. Keeping the records separate ensures that any products you have added to the order are not updated or overwritten from data sent down from a van line. When adding products, there are two additional fields available. They include the model number and the serial number. There is also a new autofill description flag that is checked by default. What this option does is build a description based on data entered for other fields within this dialog. This pre-formatted description is what is needed by the Unigroup Special Services upload process. Optionally, you can uncheck this option and enter your own description. The product data is treated differently depending on the commodity of the shipment. Read more on the specifics of this change through the release notes within the online help. Related to this change is an updated Find dialog. The Store Information tab has been changed to Logistics Information. And now you have options to search by the two new product fields along with the description field. Use these fields to include in your search criteria. For example, if you know the model number of a product, you can enter all or part of the number and search by this value. The search results return any order that include a product with a matching model number. The last update for this change is the addition of the Shipment Details option through the Order Details screen. This allows you to view read-only data included within the shipment information of an order. You can also view the product details and trade show data from this option as well. An issue came up recently where the login username for a person contained a space. This caused authentication errors in subprocesses, such as the process that launches letter management. To resolve this issue, and potentially other related problems, we updated the format requirements for the username. When adding or updating the username through the User ID settings within Personnel Setup, the application checks to ensure that only acceptable characters are used. If you attempt to use a space or backslash, for example, you now receive an error. A list of valid and invalid characters is documented within the release notes. It is also documented within the User tab description within the Personnel Setup topic as well. If an existing user ID contains one of the invalid characters, then they can continue to log in with that ID. However, if they do have issues launching a subprocess that requires authentication, then their user ID must be updated. Further, anytime the Personnel Setup record for any employee with an invalid user ID is updated, then the application forces the user ID to be updated to include the correct format. User login credentials are managed through the User tab within Personnel Setup. Options available to administrators include the ability to remove the user record altogether. This completely wipes out the information from the User tab. It does not remove the personnel record. Keeping up with the count of people that log in and use MoversSuite is important, since you may be charged for each user on your system. You can reference the licensing setup under the Administration category to see how many user records are currently established on your system. You can also see how many users are allowed. Also available to you is the ability to remove the domain association for the user. If the person logs into a specific domain, then this information is captured and tied to their user ID. You can view which domain the user links to through this setting. MoversSuite only allows one domain per user. Therefore, if another person attempts to log in using the same ID tied to a different domain, then they will receive an error. If a domain has changed for some reason, such as when a username or domain name changes, then an administrator must open their personnel setup record and remove their domain. The next time this person attempts to open MoversSuite, they will be prompted to enter their username and password. This will reestablish the link between the domain and their user ID. Another feature within the User tab is the option to force a password change. Checking this flag instructs the application to produce the Change Password prompt the next time this person logs in to MoversSuite. This is a handy feature if you wish to ensure that people update their passwords on a periodic basis, which your company may decide to do as a security precaution. There are additional changes for this release, so please read more through the online help at version 2018 R19. Thank you.